Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. We got a relatively light patch note this week, but we also got the drop of a very exciting pet, which I believe should come out on Thursday. And I hope you like the new intro. I'm going to be adding little bits and bells and whistles to my videos going forward, and hopefully you like them and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What we'll have this week, first of all, is the double legendary events, and that is an event we all look forward to because you get two for the price of one. The banner usually on these are not that exciting, but usually they have one that really teases us, and this week we have Atkins, a really strong PvP hero, and it's very viable early game PvE as well. So if you're lucky, you get Atkins, but I highly recommend you don't blow all of your savings on stocked up wishes for this, because there is no guarantee way of getting Atkins. You just have to be lucky. So rest of the heroes, Alicia is okay. You can use her definitely in Faction Abyss if you need it. Likewise for Edith, Shoulder will be benched indefinitely until we see any changes to this hero. Hell is really good for the Faction Abyss as well. But other than that, the one you really want is Atkins. The other heroes aren't that bad, but I wouldn't blow your saved up wishes for these. Now there is going to be a time-limited adventures event, which I have no idea what this is about, but it'll be back. It'll be available next week once the devs are back. The devs are on vacation this week, so if you're in Discord and you're trying to get a hold of the devs or report any bugs and issues, unfortunately it is the Chinese national holiday. They're celebrating basically the founding of the country, and pretty much the entire country is shut down and everyone is on like a week-long vacation. So don't expect the devs to fix anything. So let's hope nothing breaks. When we head over to the game though, as we switch over, you will notice that when you click on this little calendar on the events, you will get the preview of the events this week. And we see Spirit Beast Cultivation is back. There's also consumer event that will start tomorrow. On that note, if you're spending, please use my code. It's great help to me, and it's to support me financially. I get 5% of what you spend through Aptoid. And when you use Aptoid, you're saving the taxes. So that means you're not getting, for example, in Canada, we get paid 13% if we have to pay 13% on top of whatever the sticker price is to the government there. If you use Aptoid, that part I think you're saving already, plus you can earn discount up to 20% with my code and 25%. So you're really extending every dollar by about 30 to 40% more depending on where you live, right? So Aptoid is a great way to make your dollars go much further, and the information on how to use Aptoid is in the link in the description below. All right, so consumer gift, we've seen a lot of these as well. As you spend, whether it be $5, I think then it's like 20, then 100, 200, 600, and 2,000. There's a reward for you on that. But Spirit Beast collection cultivation. So we had that very recently, and it's coming back. And you can see under Spirit Beast, we have a brand new Spirit Beast here, and it's the Starry Meta Ray. This is a hero that's going to reduce the enemy turn meter. So at 0 stars, you're going to do 3% times 10, so a total of 30% across 5 heroes. In the grand scheme of things, that's going to add up a little bit, but it's not going to be that big a deal. Unfortunately, this does not work on the boss. You will just increase all allies' turn meter instead. So at least it will help you turn cycle better. And it does a lot of damage to the boss because this ends up being a single target with very decent multipliers. As we go up down to the bottom, you're dealing 15 times 75, and this is a very big multiplier. This is like this is going to be like over 1,000 on multiplier. It's higher than any of the other pets we see, so this is going to be the highest damaging pet towards bosses, and it's going to increase your turn meter. Now, unfortunately, because it doesn't reduce its enemy turn meter, it does not help with the charger boss, the one where you do need, to reduce the enemy turn meter effect. So this will not help with that. This pet also brings to the table a few new debuffs. The first one is Torpid. and this reduces the enemy turn meter increase effect. So up to 4 layers, right? So that means if they will gain a lot of turn meters as the turn cycle, this is a great counter to it. So Decora is the most recently added hero. I feel like playing a counter to it right away kind of really discourages it a little bit, but this is going to counter all of the extra turn meter Decora brings to your team as one of his passives. Heroes like Willa increases turn meter very frequently. That's not going to happen, right? Turn meter gaining from Panda when you hit them with CCs, that's not going to be happening as often as well. So this is going to be one debuff on the enemy to stop a ridiculous amount of turn meter gaining, right? That's one. But starting at 4-star, we start to introduce the concept of action lock. And action lock is something that you can apply to the enemy if they have 4 layers of torpid on them already. And action lock basically sets their speed to 1, and then they can't pursue and counterattack, just like Imprison. Action lock is like an extreme version of Imprison where they can't even gain turn meter. Now, fortunately, it doesn't last very long. Basically, when either players take turns, the turn meter counter, the number next to, like, it's out of 300, right? Game's over when you hit 300 turns. When that increments basically by 2, all of these action lock gets turned to Imprison. But nonetheless, this allows basically an entire team to bring a Imprison debuff. And Imprison is very annoying. So if you have a very fast team, right, and that's usually how pet turn meter works, is as turns are taken, the pet gets additional energy to cast a spell. This allows this allow you to really imprison a lot of the target. And we know how imprison works from my recent showcase of how Decora works. If you can imprison Jingle Bell, well, Jingle Bell's not dropping any more snowballs. If you imprison Lance, Lance is kind of not going to be throwing down any more Ling, right? If you imprison Aeroto, which is a big threat, Aeroto is not going to go crazy and start attacking everyone. And this actually gives you 2 extra turn windows. Basically, you get 2 free turns on your heroes while the enemy's not moving at all on their turn meter. That's basically what action lock is. And it gets increasingly powerful once you hit 5-star, where this is really strong, basically getting 2 whole free turns. And during that 2-turn window, you very likely will be able to break through and do a whole bunch of damage to the enemy, and they can't do a thing because they're all stuck in action lock. Now, with that said, right, the nice thing to know is not a lot of people are going to be able to afford this right away. It will take close to $1,000, I think, to grab to 5 stars. The first copy is going to probably cost around 100, but every subsequent copy is going to be like 150 or close to 200. So, buyers beware. Use your, as I always say on my channel, is this is disposable income. Is please don't spend what you don't have. But I'm sure that a lot of the big whales will be getting something or progress towards this, and I hope all of you big whales out there and any spender out there, you're supporting me through Aptoid. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video and got the updates for this week. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Gandalf out.